Before I get to talking about my low, my high, my active kindness, I really do feel as if I should probably do a bit of a PSA, kind of. Don't worry, it's nothing. It is serious if you don't pay attention to what I'm about to say. But at least in my area, there's something going around. Don't worry, it's not COVID-19 related, nothing that serious. But we are in the changing of the seasons. Actually, we're already in fall. We are getting to that time of year where the weather sometimes feels as if it's going haywire. Temperatures are rising and decreasing at relatively rapid manners. Humidity shoots up and down a lot. My point is, because of that, and the fact that at this time of year, we are becoming more and more exposed to harsher elements, rain and stuff. We are in the middle of cold and flu season. So I want to take this opportunity to point out that if you are feeling sick right now or anything, please, please, please go to the doctor, get yourself some over-the-counter medicine, Dayquil, Mucinex, stuff like that. Drink lots of fluids, eat right, get plenty of sleep, all of that. I say this because my low is the fact that my father was actually sick yesterday. I actually saw him for all but a few minutes, and then he actually had to leave because, no kidding, in all my years of living, all of my 31 years of living, I've never heard him say this. He literally said he was going to go throw up. Yeah. In fact, he actually wound up doing it. Now keep in mind, I've only ever really seen him be sick once. And this is, funny enough, this actually wasn't that long ago. It was when I started making videos, actually. If you remember back in March of 2018, my father actually had a really bad staph infection. Like, I do believe he might have even been septic. It was pretty bad. He spent 2 weeks in the hospital, and 8 of those days were in the ICU. So when I tell you it was bad, I mean it. And granted, it may be because, my father's, 62 years old right now. He's obviously not as young as he used to be. But when you see someone like your father just succumb to, nausea like that, it really does sort of give you some perspective on life. I mean, yeah, granted, I was just sick last week. And I'm still taking an antibiotic, actually. It's actually, my antibiotic is scheduled to run out on a Friday morning, by the way. In fact, I'll be taking my antibiotic after I've been taking my antibiotic in the morning after I make these videos, by the way, in case you're wondering. So, if you are feeling sick, don't hesitate. Go to the doctor. Get yourself checked out. Even if you don't think it's that serious, because you never know. Trust me, when I was sick last week, I really thought it was going to be nothing, and it wound up being the worst I felt in quite a while. Not as bad as like the day after I got my second COVID shot, but it was still pretty bad. So don't hesitate. This is the time of year where the weather is only going to get more and more unforgiving. I mean, there's even snow yet. That's how bad it is right now. It's not even, I don't think it's gotten even below freezing in the morning, to my knowledge. It's been cool in the morning, but nothing below 32. So, if you're feeling sick, don't wait. go get yourself to the doctor. Go to the drugstore or wherever you get your, simple and legal, okay, legal over the counter meds, okay. And don't be, let's be honest. People like to make the assumption that drugs are not bad. Only some of them are, and the ones that you should avoid are hard to get anyway. At least as far as I know. I don't know. But yes, needless to say, I'm feeling a little down because my father is a little sick right now. Maybe he's feeling better. I'll be talking to him later today. But, that's not to say the fact that there wasn't anything, my high. I mean, full disclosure, my high was the fact that, I did get to see him. Because I eventually saw him again yesterday. And he looked like he was feeling okay, but he still had to go home early and, get some rest. Which, he did. What was my act of kindness? Oh, right. As my act of kindness, my father asked me to do something for him, obviously because he couldn't, because, he was sick. So I did it for him. So, yeah. That was my act of kindness. Sorry this got kind of depressing in the beginning, but, I really do feel like I should bring this up. Because, literally a week ago, it got me. Not to the point where I was nauseous or anything, but it could have been that way had I not gone to the doctor and got myself a prescription antibiotics. So, just thought I should let you all know. Good morning and happy hump day, everybody. And yeah, I feel like saying hump day, why not? So, anything going on today? Well, we have a new episode of The Masked Singer. Can't wait to talk about that tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Although I'm curious, are they going to do if what they did last week, or not last week, but 2 weeks ago, when they had that 2-night premiere and the second night was essentially the Group A wildcards, I think tonight they're probably going to do the Group B wildcards. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there. Let's see what else is going to happen. Oh, right. I didn't talk about the fact that I forgot to talk about the fact that we do a new Hot Ones episode this week, tomorrow. It's going to be, I think it was John Barenthal. I literally saw this yesterday. Let me just look it up real quick. See, first we feast. There we go. Yes, John Barenthal. Or Bernthal. Yeah, that's who it is. So, this should be a very interesting episode of Hot Ones. I actually, I actually remember seeing John Bernthal in theaters for the first time. First time I legit ever saw him. And keep in mind, I really hope I'm getting the movie right. Because I know that he's the Punisher in the MCU. But, yes, he was. I remember seeing him in The Wolf of Wall Street. He was really good in The Wolf of Wall Street. I thought that was him. Wolf of Wall Street. That was the best 3 hours in a theater I had ever spent. It was the only time I ever spent 3 hours in a movie theater at that point. Until I eventually saw Avengers Endgame. Which, yes, is a better movie than Wolf of Wall Street. But Wolf of Wall Street is still really good. I highly recommend you watch it. I also recommend that you don't have children with you when you watch it. Holy cow, Wolf of Wall Street was a blast and a half. Actually, funny story. My mom really is old school. Here's the thing. I've said this before. My mother is a nurse. And needless to say, because she's a nurse, she has seen it all. She's seen people getting sick. She's seen, all the worst possible body fluids that there are. She knows about all sorts of medication and drugs. And as a nurse, as you can imagine, and any nurse is watching this can vouch for me on this, she has seen naked people before. And because of that, growing up, my mom was very strict about that sort of thing. Like, if at any point in the house that you're naked, it better be because you're taking a shower, nothing else. Like, she had better not see you walk naked in the house. Which I will admit I have been accidentally guilty of before. I mean, I forgot to bring a towel, so what? Anyway, so my brother, because, my brother was visiting from New York City at the time, wanted to take my mom, for a nice mother-son date or whatever. And he took my mom to go see Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, my mom was not happy after that. She hated Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, me, I absolutely loved it. Wolf of Wall Street was great. You know what? I think, Wolf of Wall Street was easily one of the best movies I saw in 2013. Not quite as good, like that, American Hustle, and Dallas Buyers Club. Like, 2013 really wasn't a very good year for movies, so any movies that were great, really, really were great. I remember seeing The World's End, ending the Cornetto trilogy. That was really good, too. Iron Man 3 came out that year. That was also really good. Actually, I talked like 2013 like it's nothing. 2013 was the year I graduated college. So, I guess it was serendipitous. Oh, also Thor: The Dark World also came out. That movie wasn't bad. I mean, a lot of other movies in the MCU were better, but it wasn't bad. Seriously, none of the movies in the MCU are what one would consider bad. Just some that are better than others. Weak, one would say. Actually, some that are weaker than others, I should say. What was I, what am I thinking? So, yes. Needless to say, if I ever took my mom to the movie theaters, I made sure that the movie wouldn't have anything sexual or naked or raunchy in it, for the most part. I mean, I think the last time I saw a movie with my mom I think it was Wonder Woman. It was either Wonder Woman or The Big Sick. Both movies I obviously recommend you watch, by the way. This is me talking about, movies not to show. What movies to show and not to show my mom. You know what? That's the title of today's video. What movies to show and not to show to my mom. That's what, it's my mom. Your mom probably has different standards. My mom, though, has high standards. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love my mom, but sometimes her standards are a little extreme. I mean, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Unless it's burning the roof of your mouth, she will not have whatever soup you give her. I'm not kidding. What was I about to talk about again? Oh, yeah, right. So, yeah, John Bernthal. He's going to be on Hot Ones this week. I am excited for that. So far, Hot Ones has been pretty good. Season 16 of Hot Ones has been pretty solid so far. I mean, we're only 3 episodes in, so it's a little early to tell, if it's going to be one. Well, really, no season of Hot Ones has ever been bad, to my knowledge. To be honest, has anyone ever actually ranked the seasons of Hot Ones? Huh. Someone on the internet's probably going to have to get. Someone on the internet, get on to making like a tier list of the seasons of Hot Ones. I'm sure there are probably people who make tiers of hot sauces featured on Hot Ones, but none of the seasons themselves. Oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not qualified to do that at all. So I'm like, actually, you know what? I am. You know what? Subscribe to Hot Sauce Mike. He'd probably be able to do this better than I could. Favorite, share, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on social platforms, variation YouTube. I'm going to this video for all you guys watching the show. For me, hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or challenge, we'll be here to land there and always have your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya. One good choice you can make, if you're feeling sick, go see the doctor. Okay, I'm talking about that.